So cleaning this coffee sample, I'm going to look for some specific defects in the bean, specific characteristics that will affect my roast quality. For the most part, as a good introductory lesson, you just want to ensure that you have good, consistent roast. So that means there's uniformity in your roasting, uniformity in size, uniformity in color, uniformity in quality. So that when I put these green raw coffee beans into the roaster, which is nice and warm, it's up to temperature, they will have a consistent heating cycle, go through all the phases of the roasting, develop the enzymatic flavors. They'll all start to crack about the same time, and when I pull them out, they should be pretty uniform in color. Uniformity after roast can also, just visually, that can also be affected by processing methods, but these beans should be quite uniform. Yunnan and Asian water processing yields a pretty consistent after roast coloration. Okay, so there are grade 1 defects and grade 2 defects. The most severe, of course, being grade 1. Major water damage, so if I see beans that are blackish in color, either fully black or partially black, that indicates that there's a water problem inside that bean, and that'll give pungent or rotten flavors because it's essentially a rotten bean. There are other yellowing or browning colors that are grade 1.
All right.
Good morning, Andy.
You roast again?
These are Yunnan samples.
You have something?
Yeah, I'm going to do some.
It looks decocting. Like.
Yeah, that's just part of the coloration from the water process. Good. So I was saying that if there can also be a discoloration, a yellowish or brownish color that can indicate a soured bean. You get enough soured beans in one place and you can kind of smell the vinegar, the acetic smell of something that has soured, and that's certainly bad. Other grade 1 defects are pretty obvious if you find corn or rocks, or I had a Guatemalan sample the other day. I found some black beans inside, and you know, those are just because this is an agricultural product and it's going to the processing mill where other grains will also be processed, or it's handled in a central market for that country. So we just don't want to let those things into the roaster. Okay, so this sample here, yeah, a little more discoloration in this batch than the first, but not so many that are broken. These were a lower elevation, so the beans are a little bigger. They must have enjoyed a little more sunshine or heat than the high elevation beans. They were more consistent in size, and so less breaks. They're probably a little more, just that nice round shape helps them from breaking like those smaller beans did. But there are a few more discolored, partially black. We got some larger insect bites, some shells. So these are all good things to get out of our sample before we weigh it and roast it. So let's move to that.